In our ongoing journey through the world of the Ozark Requiem, our protectors of Silver Dollar City found themselves grappling with the aftermath of an unsettling tremor that shattered the tranquility of their refuge. Initially, their vigilance led them to Marvel Cave, where they confirmed that the seal on the cave remained intact, sparing the community from an immediate confrontation with its dark denizens. However, the Earth's upheaval had brought forth an unexpected crisis. A dire shortage of water and the loss of essential salts crucial for the preservation of their precious food storage. Faced with this grim predicament, the protectors embarked on a mission to retrieve water first, their first step on the path to reestablishing the community's stability. Their journey, however, took a treacherous turn when they crossed paths with a formidable band of mercenaries, whose hideout apparently lays nestled within the nearby Ledgestone Country Club. Amidst the confusion, their repaired water tanker became both a vessel of hope and a battlefield, and the protectors emerged victorious, but with newfound questions about the forces that now potentially threaten their haven. With the tanker truck repaired, they ventured to the nearest water tower, only to confront its unexpected and monstrous guardian, an immense arachnid with a nest of vicious offspring. The battle that ensued tested their mettle, but they emerged triumphant, securing the vital water supply for the community. However, as the echoes of their battle subsided, an unsettling presence lurked in the shadows. The ever vigilant Papaw glimpsed a shadowy figure on the ridge above, vanishing into the depths of the woods before he could determine its nature. With the tanker now brimming with water, the protectors returned to Silver Dollar City, seeking a well night's deserved rest before the next chapter of their odyssey, an expedition into the Indian Point Fungal Zone, where the critical salt reserves are awaiting retrieval. Even as you guys set your sights on the salt, there's still a disturbing revelation that hangs heavy in the air. This shadowy faction that holds sway over the Ledgestone Country Club raises concerns and casts uncertainty over the path that lies ahead. And as the sun sets on one day, another day dawns with new mysteries and challenges in this unpredictable world of the Ozarks. So at this point, you guys would have returned um, to Silver Dollar City and probably helped hook up the tanker to the water reserves. The folks there have been working tirelessly over the last day to try to get it back into functional shape and have succeeded in doing so. And you guys would be able to. It's been a fairly long day. You could bed down and get a good night's rest. So if you guys want to pull up your character sheets, um, you can click on long rest, and then that should rejuvenate the your health if you are lower on health, and if you've spent any uh, of your other stuff, it should replenish some of that, if not all. So at this point, you basically now have a day, or at least the majority of the rest of the day, to kind of plan ahead as far as what your actions are going to be moving forward. So, just to kind of recap real quick, we've got a couple of things going. We know about these mercenaries that are located up north at the country club now. So that's a threat that's out there, but it doesn't seem like it's something that's a looming threat for you at the moment. We know we've got to replenish the salt reserves for the community. Um, and then there was the other thing about Papaw and that mysterious figure that was kind of lurking up there near the water tower. So he didn't get a good look at it. didn't really see what it was. He just said that there was a shadowy figure up among the trees up along the ridge. So something else is out there and it's watching. So I'll turn it over to you guys to kind of discuss what you need to discuss and then make plans for what you're moving forward. And if you need to speak with any of the community members, they are there at your disposal.
Would any of us know or be familiar with something that can do what we saw, what Papal saw?
It could be a multitude of different
Okay.
things, in all honesty. Shadowy figures abound, I think, in this reality for sure.
Yeah, I didn't know if the sudden disappearance or anything would be like, hey,
He
that's a stormtrooper
the way
kind of
he
thing.
kind of described it is it just kind of shot back into the woods.
Oh, okay.
So whether it was, a an ethereal movement or whether it was a physical movement, he couldn't determine.
Yeah. And can you remind me again who Julia Foster? What's her role?
Yeah.
She's one of my contacts, but I don't know what she does.
She's basically the caretaker for the community's orphaned children. The nanny, basically.
How far away is this tree line where the person was?
That was
The
back,
figure?
it's about 6 miles up.
Oh, so it's
Yeah,
quite a
we'd
while.
have to
Mhm.
hike up there, drive up there.
Probably followed us in some way.
Very possible. When we were making enough noise, we were drawing attention.
Yeah. I think we should set up or at least notify the watch that there could
Yeah,
be
well,
something coming
definitely.
from that direction.
Maybe set up some booby traps or something out on that in the perimeter.
Yeah. And if Papa wants to sit on top of the watch for a while, he's got some good eyes.
Are these the kind of booby traps that are going to set off a bell, or are you thinking like the most dangerous game, tiger pit kind of booby traps?
Considering we've drew the attention of whoever's at the country club as well, I'm thinking tiger pits.
Now, one of the good things about Silver Dollar City, we have determined that, it's relatively safe
Right.
and fortified. So I would imagine there are probably already traps such as that in place. Uh, and as far as like watchtowers, there's plenty of places where I'm sure members of the community are assigned throughout the day and the night to kind of keep watch. But certainly letting them know that there was something that was out there that was watching, just to be on perhaps high alert. You could certainly spread that word, and your fellow community members will up their vigilance.
Um, what are our food stores looking like right now?
Food stores are actually fairly decent right now. You've got a couple of members of the community, Jake O'Connor being one of the leaders of kind of the hunting crews. Um, they make runs at least probably twice a week, hunting for food outside of the walls. And I think the biggest concern was Tom, the guy that basically is the chef for the group. He was, mostly concerned about just making sure that the reserves that you guys have didn't
Right.
spoil. And so that's why the
So we
salt
are in need
was,
of salt.
yeah, that's why the salt was kind of imperative at this point. He said, what he's got, he has, everything kind of covered in salt right now, but any of the extras, any new stuff that's being brought in, will not have that. So the next hunting expedition will probably be tomorrow. So getting that here within the next 24 to 48 hours would probably be fairly important.
And where do we get that, or where have we gotten that before?
That he had told you that the down in Indian Point, where all the resorts basically are, and that's where the Fungaziods are all located. He worked at a place down there that was called. Give me 1 second. The Rock Lane Resort. And there was a storage unit that was nearby the pool where they kept a lot of their non-perishables. And he said that he had a big stash of salt in there before the shit hit the fan. So as long as that place hasn't been raided, which most folks do not go in there because they know of the fungus that's kind of overgrown that area, it should still be intact.
What precautionary measures do we know that we can take in the Fungazoid area?
Well,
do we put on helmets and breathing apparatus, or is it something that you just don't touch anything?
The biggest thing about that particular zone, and you have been in there a couple of times foraging. Number one, you know not to go during the daytime. It seems like the light, the sunshine, is what kind of wakes up the Fungazoids, and that's when they are most active. At nighttime, the Fungazoids typically go into a hibernation mode. They are easily aroused, so you know you have to be stealthy and quiet while working in that area. But as long as you're not touching them or making too much noise, they usually don't rouse. The area is covered in this fungus, so most of the surfaces down there, that the buildings and trees and stuff like that have all basically been kind of overtaken by the physical fungus that's down there. So you can go down there with basically, like a covering over the mouth, and it's not something that really infects you to the point of no return. You certainly need to protect your lungs while you go down there. You don't want to breathe in a whole lot of it. And as far as like gas masks and stuff like that, there's probably not enough to go around even for your group. I mean, there may be about 3 or 4 gas masks that are available, so it couldn't hurt, for a couple of you to probably put some of those on. But you've been down there enough to know, hey, as long as I've got something covering my face, I'm usually in pretty good shape. The worst that would happen would be, a couple of days worth of a really bad cold. What you don't want is to get bitten by one of the Fungazoids. That's how the fungus actually works its way into the bloodstream.
Let's not arouse the fungus. Okay. I take it we don't have any N95 masks in the apocalypse. None of those in a storage box somewhere.
Yeah, I would imagine so. COVID still happened, I think, here. So yeah, I'm sure there's probably at least some of those. Yeah.
I don't know. We're in an awfully red state.
Yeah. It is 12.
I have no idea. You can cut all that out. Sorry. Cut. But it's true. Do you guys think we need to take the truck, or should we trek in on foot? It might be too loud, I guess, if we took the truck or something.
Well, one of the biggest issues, because of the amount of salt that he's going to need, what he had mentioned is perhaps maybe getting in touch with Rob and Becca about maybe coming down with you guys with the truck, because you're going to have to load up the back of the truck probably with all of that salt. And you're going to have to take some dollies to be able to wheel it up to the point where the truck will not be able to go in, because the truck is not going to be able to go into the fungal zone for sure. You can drive it down to the outskirts, but taking the truck in there is going to wake them up for sure.
How far is it to the resort from?
The good thing about that particular resort, and let me pull you up here. Let me get the map up. Okay, so if you kind of scroll in down to the Indian Point Fungal Zone, you can see that whole area down there kind of marked in red. I've got several areas there that are marked food stock. Right here, to the right on this point, that's where the resort is that you're going to want to go. Okay. So, I mean, you're talking maybe about a quarter of a mile, probably. So it's not. I mean, like a quarter of a mile from like the edge, which would be about right in here. So you could park the truck out right in there, and you got about a quarter of a mile walk in between those two spots.
Easy peasy.
So how we can get the salt over there? We're gonna put in what to move it over?
Probably some dollies, some small trucks, or that hand trucks that you can maybe throw into the back of the truck.
All right.
When do we want to go?
Yeah, seems like it's tonight. Yeah. So relax and
did you
rest
say
up
the
until-
fungoids come out at night or today?
Fungazioids are out during the day, and then they hibernate at night.
Do flashlights wake them up?
Yeah.
Or
Or torches.
Make a survival roll.
I would know.
So Richard and Smokey can recall, as far as, let me see here. So LED light, does that have UV?
Uh,
I don't think it does it?
I don't know enough about science.
Let's
I
see.
was paying attention in that class.
I've read something about that.
That's a very small amount, if Google is correct. Probably not enough.
Yeah, no.
No, actually, no.
Well, we're not walking in there with a tanning bed.
I mean, companies claim they don't, but apparently they do a little small.
It does seem like UV light. It's UV light basically that kind of draws their attention. Now, speaking of, your experience is that these Fungazioids do have a vulnerability to fire.
Let's do some torches then. We see and we have a weapon. Good.
Question about the sniper rifle. Is there a night sight? Or is it just a normal scope?
Let's see. You got a 50-50 shot here. We'll say even is it's got a night scope.
All right. No. And it had to be a 1 too. Come on.
Just that. It's a 1. No.
The sight it does have is broken. It's all. I guess we'll need some torches and maybe.
I'll get some torches together and I guess see if we can find some dollies and load them up in the truck. I don't know if anyone.
Lanterns.
Yeah, there's plenty of lanterns around. Mm-hmm.
Take those because we can at least throw it if we have to.
Yeah.
Set the. Yeah, Smokey the Bear, my distant cousin, would not be happy if we burned down the forest. What if we have to?
You're going to make me find some sort of improvised weapon that's got an explosive.
Yeah.
Kerosene lantern or
We could definitely whip up some Molotov cocktails.
It's probably
Yeah.
similar damage. I
Probably,
imagine.
yeah.
Well, if anything, it would just we can cut off we can secure our retreat by chucking a few of those the path.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are the fungals
burning all the
flammable?
food stock, apparently.
Oh, just the salt.
Starting a forest fire.
What were we gonna say there, Sean?
Nothing. It's just wondering if the fungus was flammable.
Let's find out.
Yeah. They do have a weakness to it, so I'm assuming they probably are.
Oh, there it is. Okay, good. All right, so I'm beginning to drop Molotov cocktails into your character sheets here.
Oh, great.
Okay, so you take a little bit of time then during the day to kind of gather what supplies you need to gather. Throw a couple of dollies and hand trucks into the back of the truck. I assume get with Becca and Jake, who are more than willing to kind of tag along and keep watch over the truck while you guys head into the fungal zone. And is there anything else that you want to do in the meantime?
My normal meditation, singing while I'm wandering around doing stuff.
My chaff, my crow. That's what he's up to.
All right. So, traveling down there, how do you want to go? I mean, not everybody's going to be able to ride in the truck. In the truck, the experience has been when you are out on the road, it's best to kind of keep noise levels down to a minimum. So most of the time when you take motorized vehicles out, the max speed that you're going to go is usually going to be about 15 miles an hour without kicking up too much, of recognition of, things that might take notice. Now, visually, there's no way to cover that. So if something spots you, you're going to get spotted.
Mm-hmm.
But noise-wise, usually about 15 is about the max amount of MPH you're going to be able to go.
Yeah, I don't mind, running alongside.
Yeah,
I'll walk
smoke-
behind the truck too.
Pat Paul should probably ride.
Ride or drive?
Ride.
Drive. I saw enough of last week.
We'll let Jake drive, okay?
Well, Jake and Becca tend to flank and walk
Okay.
in most cases, because Becca for sure is really good on her feet. Jake
He's
is
a good shot, at least.
he's a good shot, and he's a hunter. He's a scout, so he has a tendency to kind of push forward most of the time. So those two guys are probably going to be outside of the vehicle.
If we don't have a driver, I'll drive. But if we do, Smokey's going to be on top of the truck, if that's possible, with his sniper rifle.
Okay.
Oh,
Who
I
wants-
guess I could drive. I do have pretty high vehicle, so
Yeah, I do not. I mean, I'm okay, but
I forgot I do have
Oh,
decent vehicle.
anybody drop Foundry?
Uh-oh.
Nope, I don't think so.
Everybody else still in Foundry?
yeah, I'm in.
Mhm.
As far as I know.
Okay, so Asher, then you're going to drive?
Sure.
Okay.
Can I have my crow like flying ahead a little bit? Just let me know. They see.
We can certainly arrange that.
Sure.
And Smokey's going to be on top?
Yeah.
Okay. And Simone and Eliza, where are you guys going to be? You can there can be one passenger in the truck probably comfortably, and then if somebody else wants to ride in the back of the truck, at least on the way down, you can do that as well.
I'll walk behind.
Okay.
Bring
Yeah,
it up.
I'll walk.
Okay.
I'll be a passenger.
All right. Okay. I'm doing stuff that you guys can't see, so sorry.
Of course.
All right. So, Asher, here's what I'm going to have you do.
Uh-oh.
You're going to need to make a vehicles roll. And then Richard and Eliza are going to need to make a stealth roll.
Let's see.
All right, so I could have done a lot better, but I got 13 at least. Something. I probably didn't crash this into something.
Okay, so that's a critical, right?
Yeah, that would
Okay.
be a critical fail.
So we're going to take a look. and
Sorry,
this,
guys.
This is going to be a group roll. So these all
Did
kind
I
of-
accidentally
kind
run
of
him
mix
over?
it. So Asher got a 13. Which I need to probably make a roll myself. So let's do that.
But my critical is canceled by Becca's critical. Right? We cancel each other out.
Yeah, give me 1 second here. So looking at the successes and failures here, so we've got that's cancel out. A 7 and a 15. Eliza, I'm going to have you make a perception check at advantage. Becca does the same. Becca is kind of walking kind of parallel to the truck. And you spot Becca stop and kind of crouch and get down on like one knee and puts one hand on the ground. And then she puts another hand up, basically calling for Smokey to stop. And then she looks at you, Eliza, points, and then pats the ground. Make another perception check.
Normal or advantage?
You can still do that with advantage.
That's better.
Ah, there you go. Okay. So now that everything has stopped, you feel just a minor tremble in the ground. Becca just kind of holds for a moment. She's still got her hand up in the air. And then you feel that tremble subside. And it stays quiet for a moment. It wasn't loud enough really to hear. It was more of just the vibration. So anybody else that was actually paying attention, all you hear is just the crickets outside. So about a minute passes, and Becca looks over at Eliza, and she kind of points to her eyes, points to you, and then she motions forward and then puts her finger over her mouth, like, let's move forward quietly. So anybody that's on the ground, make a stealth roll. Okay, great. All right, so 15, 23, 18, and 25. Okay, so that works out really pretty well. You guys are able to move down the road a good piece, and then Becca kind of motions towards Smokey. She puts her hand up, and then the other hand very slowly motioning for you to move forward.
I believe that's Asher that's driving.
I'm sorry, it's Asher. Sorry. Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. What was it?
She's motioning for you to move very slowly forward.
Okay. As I
Uh,
see this, can I like kind of check in on the Suki?
with the bird, sure.
Yeah.
The bird's been kind of flying, and as far as the visual of the area around you, everything looks to be pretty clear.
Okay. All right, I'll follow those directions.
So if you'll make another vehicles roll then, please. And this time you can do it with advantage because you are aware of something going on. Okay, 23. That's good. So you're able to traverse the area up into her point. And then she kind of calls everybody over towards the truck. Eliza, you felt that, right?
I did.
I don't know what that was,
Something
but it's something big, and it's something under the ground.
I wonder if that's what caused our earthquake.
Oh, wow, I didn't think about that, but that very well could be. I say we perhaps just keep going the way that we've been going. Let us walk ahead for a little bit, and then just make sure that the truck follows behind ever so quietly the rest of the way, because there's something certainly, at least in this area, that we probably need to be on the lookout for.
I agree.
All right, so we'll do one more stealth check, and then one more vehicles.
Is it advantage or normal?
Advantage for the vehicle. 2016, 23. And that's actually majority rules at this point, so I won't even roll for the other two. All right, you guys move a couple more times like that, heading down towards Indian Point. And Becca decides at one point to kind of take a little bit of a risk, and for the next stretch, she takes probably about 100-meter dash down the road with Jake, and let's see, what's he carrying? And his sniper rifle, basically just following her as she makes the run. She makes the run, she stops, she gets down on the ground on one knee again, feels the earth, and she gives a thumbs up. So the rest of your journey down into Indian Point goes without any issue. It's getting pretty close to dusk at this time, and probably have to wait it out just a little bit until it gets dark enough to venture in. So now that you're on the outskirts, is there anything, the guys, that you feel like you need to discuss? And if not, we can move on in.
Well, I would just ask, what were you guys feeling back there?
I was gonna say, I think we need to tell everybody what what we felt. There's something in the ground. I don't know what it was. It was a tremor, very, very slight. You probably didn't even notice it, and it
No?
went away. So something big.
Like something moving underground, like a worm, or what?
I don't know. Something big. No idea. I mean, there's no telling these days.
Y'all did see tremors before all this happened, right? Okay.
Classic.
Reba McEntire was wonderful.
Hey, would it be okay if I MacGyver something real quick?
I suppose you could try.
Well, because I have arrows from a crossbow. I was wondering maybe I could take just a few of the arrows and wrap and put some rags on it on the around the edge,
Mhm.
and just put a little fuel on it, not a lot, just a little bit, just so I
Mhm.
have it there in case I need to dip it in some flame and shoot it off. That's
Gotcha.
cool.
Make a survival roll.
Oh no, it's gonna go terribly wrong.
Ah.
It's so
That went
great.
terribly wrong.
I got fuel over me. It's great.
You
Maybe
don't
not
have to buy
terribly
it.
wrong, but as far as you know, I mean, you've
gonna
created
totally work.
some potentially flaming arrows.
It's gonna totally work. Yeah, I made a little MacGyver sound, so I did it. Do, 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 do.
Over there in the corner talking to himself, trying real hard to tie it.
It's gonna totally work, guys. It's gonna totally work.
MacGruber?
MacGruber. Right?
Oh yeah. I hope
Other
it'll
way?
blow us up. Hopefully.
I think I'm just gonna walk around a little bit further out in this open area, I guess.
Mhm.
Just to see if I can sense anything else in the environment
Okay.
with my in tune ability.
Yeah,
Smoky will give her cover.
Yeah, and you can make a survival roll as well with advantage. All right, so you've been down close to this border and probably beyond this border before, foraging as well. So you're kind of familiar with the area. And the one thing that you're certainly picking up on is the lack of animal life down here. Whatever is beyond these borders, that the Fungaziods that are down there have run off the vast majority of animal life from this area completely. There's no birds, there's no critters running around, so it's pretty desolate. And because of that fact, and you can kind of see, the fungus kind of down on the peninsula, it has a completely different look than the rest of the area. And I mean, it's like a pinkish orange haze that kind of settles over the entire peninsula down here. And the visibility level is not great. And you can see, that, some of that all of the trees in this area are essentially dead. So there's not much down here as far as life goes. One of the biggest issues that you guys can see is that this fungus continues to kind of creep. So at some point, and maybe not in the next 2 to 3 years, but eventually it's probably going to work its way up to Silver Dollar City. And you guys will probably have to move at some point, unless there's a way to eradicate this zone. But anything shy of a gigantic forest fire is probably not going to work. But a controlled burn, potentially, but that would be a pretty huge undertaking and take the work of the community as a whole probably working together to try to do something like that. But if you want to protect the haven, that would be something within the next couple of years you're probably going to have to address, and more than likely the sooner the better, because if it continues to creep the way that it's going, I mean, where you're at right now, you can say that it's probably crept up at least 1/8 of a mile, probably from the last time that you were down here.
Pretty fast. Okay. How close to nightfall are we?
Yeah, I would say that we're probably there. You guys want to make your way in?
Yeah, is this the edge of
You ready?
where the truck can go?
Yeah, this would be,
Okay.
as far as the truck can go.
Don't leave the keys in the truck.
Jake and Becca are going to stay behind.
I'm assuming breathing us in wouldn't be good for my crow, so maybe I can tell her to stick around. Let me know if something happens up here.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll take a homemade mask out of my pocket and tie it up.
Yeah, I'll put a handkerchief on or something.
All right, I'm going to pull you onto another map here. So
Ooh.
you guys make your way into the fungal zone. And
Oh, wow.
like I said, all of these trees and stuff that are in the area are dead. They're just skeletal remains of what was there before, and everything is covered in these weird looking mushrooms that are actually kind of beautiful when you really look at it, but in a really kind of creepy sort of way. They're multiple different colors, mostly pinks, oranges. There's some blues, and just a smattering of a rainbow of colors that kind of interweave through this organic material that has worked its way into the different structures around the area. You kind of end up heading down kind of a side road from the main road that leads you into Indian Point. And this takes you to the Rock Lane Resort, where Tom had once called home, where he was the chef for the restaurant that was here. You kind of come into the area with the large parking lot outside of the resort, and there's like I had said before, there was this kind of fog or mist in the air, and you guys can see that there's just this kind of pervading pinkish glow to this area. The moonlight is kind of shining through this fog that kind of permeates the area. And there's little flakes of stuff that are just kind of floating in the air, and it kind of alights on your clothes and stuff, and it has no scent or anything like that, but it's like walking through just a very, very light snow flurry in this area. As you're approaching, the majority of the trees and stuff that kind of welcome you into this area, again, all dead, but it doesn't seem like there's any of the Fungaziods that are attached to any of the trees. As you start moving forward, and I'm going to move the group in just a little bit here to someplace where you can see, so you might have to kind of zoom in or zoom out to kind of see where you're going. Come around the corner of the parking lot, and the main kind of central hub for the resort is kind of in the center of the map right in here. Attached to the walls on the outside of this building, you can see some of these creatures that are attached basically to the building. And I'll pull up a picture here so you can really see them in all their little glory. There we go.
Okay.
So they were at one point human. But the fungus has completely invaded their bodies and is growing out of them. And this is just one example of what they look like, but they've got these mushrooms and this fungus that is just growing all over their bodies. The bodies themselves have deteriorated over time. So, for lack of a better word, they kind of look like zombie-like creatures. Emaciated forms, sunken cheeks. The eyeballs have basically filled in with like large kind of fungus, like ball-like things. So they effectively are blind, but you know from experience that these things can seek out things that are alive because it is their drive to continue the species. Now, the good thing is it's dark. They are in hibernation mode. And when they go into hibernation mode, they find, basically fungal beds to basically reside within. And the fungal beds basically envelop them partially. So they're kind of enveloped into the walls of the building. And they're completely immovable right now. There's no movement to them. It doesn't look like they're breathing, nothing of that sort. They just look like they're a part of the walls.
So creepy.
Just out of game, have you guys ever read any early Jeff Vandermeer? He's got this book called City of Saints and Madmen. Very similar situation.
Let me go read it and figure out how to get out of it.
Hey, that doesn't end well.
Be right back.
All right.
So up to the north of you, there's a few more buildings, and this would be some of the condominiums, basically where people would be staying. As you guys approach, you can't quite see where the pool is, but you would imagine it's probably somewhere behind the main building. So you guys can see the map, so I'll let you kind of determine, the path that you're going to take.
He said that it's in a shed behind the main place, right? The main restaurant.
He said next to the pool.
Okay. Yeah, I would think the pool's around behind back. Which way do we want to go, north or south?
North. I don't want that big, ugly thing. And we'd be flanked between the two buildings.
Yeah, but then we're in a choke zone on the north side, so minuses to both.
Should we split up?
No.
Anyone want to go through the building?
We could climb over the rooftop of the building.
Can't go around it. Okay.
I think going through the buildings.
Out of all of those, we're going north.
Yeah, I vote north. Yeah.
I'll split it eventually.
Do we
Okay.
know if they're like a hive mind?
You have heard them, and it seems like when one is disturbed, it sends out a call.
Spores everywhere.
Do we want to try to go in between the condo buildings, then go behind the condo buildings to get around to the back, rather than go down that little driveway?
We can, but we just.
That's so narrow, though. Why do we want to?
Yeah, I mean, we're going to have to come back. We're going to have the dollies full. We've got the dollies with us, too.
Yeah, it's probably easier to go on the pavement.
Yeah.
With the dollies.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's just go down the pavement.
All right, let's do it.
All right.
Quietly.
All right. So who's gonna lead the group?
I will, if no one else.
Yeah, I will if no one else will.
Oh, Sean, did you drop again?
Yeah, but this is like the 5th time.
Huh.
At first, I thought it was because I had popped out my character sheet, but I had this one popped in.
I thought mine popped out the entire night, and I'm fine.
Well, I blame Christy. She got a new computer, so.
No problems here.
Oh, what's going on?
All right, so, Dana, did you say you were going to try to lead then?
Sure.
Okay. Go ahead and start moving, and then I'll tell you when you need to make your first stealth roll.
How far can I move?
I would take it at a pace of about 6 squares.
The 6, I can barely see. My glass on.
And you
I
can
would
use-
say we would all be following fairly close together, I would imagine, right?
Yep. And if it helps, Dana, you can use your arrows on your keyboard and just count out 6 if you want. All right, so at that point, that's when you're going to need to roll the first stealth, and that will be a group roll for everybody. So if you guys will all roll your stealth. It's 1 success. It's 1 failure, 1 success, 1 failure.
Boy.
And here we go.
Fight, fight, fight.
Now I can't get in. It's
Oh.
constant. It's constantly kicking me.
Huh. What's going on with your...
Let me log out officially and instead of just refreshing.
Okay.
See if that does something.
You want me to roll for you real quick then?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So this is going to be the decider here, just for the record.
Awesome.
That's Papa. Hold on a second.
No whammies.
And it's a success. How about
Yay.
that? Hey, all right.
Ooh.
Okay, so Eliza, you can continue to move, and then everybody else should follow.
Oh boy.
All right, make 1 more move. Okay. Make another stealth. That's a fail. That's a
Oh,
fail.
Lord.
Here we go.
That's a
This is
success
it.
and a fail. And a fail.
Oh, yeah. This is it.
Okay, so this little fungazoid right here that you're coming up on, you can see it begin to stir, and it's breaking itself away from the wall.
Slowly breaking away.
Mm-hmm.
Fast
Sl-
fungoid zombies or slow fungozoid zombies.
Well, the way it's breaking away right now is
Yeah.
it's still attached, but
All right.
it is pulling itself away from the wall.
Yeah. Are they Day of the Dead or Shaun of the Dead?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, he hadn't escaped the wall yet, so you really don't know.
Or 13 days?
Now that it's stirring, may I use the sense weakness bonus action?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Do I need to roll?
Let's see here. I gotta look at what the rule is on that. Let's see here. Can you do me a favor, wherever that is on your sheet? If you just click on the name of what it is, it should actually pull it up in the chat box here.
I
Oh,
did.
you did. Okay, there it is.
Yeah.
Sorry. Okay, so choose your target in your line of sight. Your magic grants you a brief insight into the target's defenses. On your next turn, you gain advantage on your first attack roll against the target. So, yeah, no, it's basically just a bonus action.
Just gaining advantage.
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel like sharing any insight about its weaknesses where I'm concerned? Like, would I prefer to fight with fire, or would I prefer to fight with some antifungal poison dart?
Fire is good,
Yes.
and a good blow to the head is good.
Thank you.
So basically, when you are aiming for the head, an attacker that does not already have disadvantage can take disadvantage on any attack roll against the fungazoid. If you do, then that ignores the fungazoid's undead fortitude talent.
I guess, is there flanking in this game? Like fighting?
Yes.
Or,
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yep. Mm-hmm. So, with that in mind, I've pulled up the combat tracker. So if you guys go to that, it's time to roll some initiative.
Maybe we could talk to it. We can give it like one of our mushrooms.
We're supposed to tell anybody about them.
Oh, sorry.
Wait, we have mushrooms.
No, we don't have mushrooms. we did. I'm sorry, initiative. Okay.
Yep.
I have advantage on initiative. Is there a way for me to?
Yes, when you pull it up, it'll actually show
okay. Cool.
advantage there for you.
Thank you.
All right, so Smokey, it looks like you're first up. It is
Okay.
only this one that is moving.
The one with the red dot.
Nope, this one right here.
Ah, okay.
And if
Uh,
we're like angelic or demonic and we kill this, it's okay, right?
You'll find out.
Oh,
Just let me kill it.
Yeah, he's gonna use his returning blade.
Okay.
Chuck it.
All right. And are you going to accept disadvantage on it?
And when you say this zombie fortitude, I don't know what that means. Is that regeneration or is that like a reduction in damage?
I'm pulling that up for you right now. It should have just pulled up there. So, if damage reduces it to 0 hit points, the character must make a Constitution saving throw with a DC equal to the damage taken, unless the damage is from a critical hit. On a success, the Fungazioid drops to 1 hit point instead. So essentially, if you take disadvantage, it negates that effect. So if you take it to 0 hit points, it's dead.
Does every attack have to have disadvantage in order to do that, or just the last attack that kills it?
You are basically accepting disadvantage on one attack.
One attack.
Mm-hmm. Now, if you want to continue to take that on disadvantage, you can.
But I'm saying, like, if I attack it normally down to like 4 hit points,
Mm-hmm.
and then someone takes the disadvantage and hits it and
Mm-hmm.
kills it,
Yes.
does that negate, or does every attack on it have to be at disadvantage in order to negate it?
The killing blow would have to.
Killing blow. Got it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to do normal.
Okay.
No.
Right. So 13, that hits.
Hey.
You may roll damage. 3.
Hey-o. So I think that's piercing. 3 points.
Okay.
Yeah, piercing.
All right. So you hit it in its body, and a portion of that fungus just kind of flies off in these little spores that basically fly off of it. From you, do you have any other actions?
I don't think so.
So then we'll go to Richard next.
Okay. I'm going to approach it and use Harmonious Strike to do an unarmed strike on it.
Mm-hmm.
Single melee attack with advantage. That the target suffers an additional 1d6 psychic damage, and they must succeed on a strength saving throw or be knocked prone.
Okay.
Can I touch it? Ew.
We'll see what happens. All righty.
Oh,
That would
25.
be,
That is a critical.
that is a critical. So they roll damage. Nope, that's just that is critical damage.
Okay.
So that is 5, and then I get another d6.
So 9.
So 9.
Okay.
And then needs to do a strength saving throw. Which mine is 11. Or they're knocked prone. Or they need to do a strength saving throw for theirs.
And okay, so strength saving throw. And what's the target number?
11.
Okay. All right. So it is not knocked prone. But you knocked it silly.
Yep. And then as a bonus action, I will what is that? That is, where is it? It basically allows me to disengage.
Okay.
Yeah, quickness allows me to disengage as a bonus action without taking an opportunity attack.
Okay. All right. You may do so. Asher.
How badly hurt is it? These stacks. Does it look kind of damaged?
Yeah, it looks damaged. Yeah.
So I don't think it's written down, and it's okay if it's not possible, but with that tomahawk, it was supposed, when it does the poison, it's supposed to also like take away their ability to speak.
Ah,
So I thought
yeah.
maybe that might be useful so they don't shout for help or
Okay.
something.
Cool.
So I'm gonna try using that tomahawk to do that.
Okay.
Cool. And
Now,
yep.
if we're talking location, you're going to need to probably get somewhere where you can get a better shot because you're going to be throwing through Simone and Eliza.
Yeah, let me move over here. So I'll move a few squares, and then I will use I will toss the axe.
Yep.
See what happens. The tomahawk, I mean.
14 hits.
And it's the damage. And then they could do the poison if it sells Constitution save and stuff. So let's do DC 15 con, unless it's immune to poison or something.
Okay. And DC 15?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. All right. So it rolls around. Do you have any other actions that you're going to take?
What, my level 5, do I get 2 actions or 1? I have martial art combat, so I could technically do 1 more. But that'll bring me really up close to it. So let's not do that because I won't get bit if I can help it.
Okay.
So no, I'll load up my tomahawk or my crossbow, and let's see if I can light up one of those arrows. What happens?
All right. There you go. Okay. So you and that's is that drawing a weapon basically is like a free action, I think. But I think the action of actually lighting on fire, we'll call that a bonus action for you.
Mm-hmm.
So you light it and it lights up.
Oh, nice. All right. Well, let's see if I need to use it next or not.
It now rolls to the Fungazioid's turn. Now it has pulled itself partially from the wall, but it's still connected by this like sinewy material. So it's almost like this kind of weird looking like puppet, tied with strings, to the building itself. And you see its mouth open, and it is attempting to scream. But your poison has taken effect on it, and no noise is coming out.
Nice.
Pleasant.
So, Simone, it comes to you. You are currently at advantage with your next attack. Now, if you choose, you can choose to take quote-unquote disadvantage, but since you're at advantage, that actually just brings you down to a normal roll. It doesn't put you to disadvantage.
Okay.
So if you hit and you're able to take it to 0, you will kill it. And it looks damaged for sure. But whether or not you'll have enough to actually take it to 0 remains to be seen.
Am I close enough to get right up to it?
Yes.
I will move in between Asher and Eliza to get right up to it.
Mm-hmm.
And how ridiculous shall I be? On the way, I will take my chakram and brush it up against Asher's gasoline-soaked jacket and light it on fire and try to slash at the head. And cross my fingers and then roll whatever I'm rolling.
So you're lighting the shotgun on fire?
The chakram.
The chakram.
The blade.
Okay.
I want to get just scrape some gasoline or petrol or whatever it was on it.
Okay, make a dexterity check.
At normal.
Yeah. Hey, okay, all right. So you brush up against him and pull out your lighter and try to light it on fire, and you get just a little bit on there. It's metal, so I mean, you're getting a little bit of the residue on there, and if you light a little bit on fire. So now make your attack with the chakram.
It's like a Saganaki.
Yeah.
And I'll do normal. So that's the disadvantage.
Okay. Okay. You swing at it, and as you're swinging, one of those little sinewy kind of strands pops on its shoulder, and it falls just below where the blade was being swung. So you just barely missed it.
Okay.
And then from you.
So then I'm blowing up.
So you don't set anything on fire?
Yes.
From you, we go to Eliza.
All right. I can move forward, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm gonna use my Iberian crystal dagger, and I'm just gonna. I think I'm gonna go. I don't know if I should just go this way or this way in the thing's head.
Okay, so you're gonna take disadvantage then.
Because I'm closer. Okay.
Well, if you're aiming for the head, it's going to be a disadvantage.
If I'm aiming for the head, it's a disadvantage.
Mm-hmm.
What if I accidentally trip and just a joke? Never mind. Okay. Can I do this?
Mm-hmm, sure.
Something?
Yeah, just right up through the chin. Sure.
Yeah, let's do that. And is that disadvantage as well?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Damn.
16, that does it. Yep. Okay, so roll damage now. 6. Okay, so you stick it in its jaw, and it goes basically right out the back of the neck. So you just barely missed the brain, but you've got it stuck up in there for sure.
Okay.
We go back up to the top of the round, back to Smokey.
Returning blade.
Okay.
Disadvantage.
Okay. 13 hits. And that's 5. All right. All right, so with the returning blade, that's the kind of disc-like thing, right? All right, so you send that thing over to him, and it sticks right in the side of its head, and it goes completely still.
Oh, I gotta go pull it out. Just hoping to just lop off his head and come back.
We've all got our weapons, like trying to pull it out of the. Got a tomahawk inside, and then.
Yeah, he will then do his movement to go up and use his bonus action to pull it out if he can.
Okay.
It takes a bonus action to catch it, so I assumed it would be a bonus action to yank it out of a skull.
Yeah, I think so.
He's dead, so that's done anyway.
All right, make a perception check, everybody. Okay. So the group immediately becomes aware of movement from the corner of the building right over here and over here. And you've got 2 more Fungaziods that are pulling themselves away from the building and kind of being drawn. The attention is being drawn to the group. And I'll roll initiative for both of these guys. All right. We'll go back to the top of the round since this is now just happening. So we'll start with Smokey once again.
I'm going to use a bonus action to. Oh shit! It's a bonus action. So if I use my bonus action to do something and I shoot my my returning blade, does it just come back and hit the wall or the ground because I don't have a bonus action to catch it, or
Catch it.
does it happen next round where I catch it? Like, how does it?
I think, and this is something that we kind of made up for this. So,
Yeah.
let me look here. It's as far as the rules go, it says takes a bonus action to catch. So
Yeah.
I would say, it's coming back, and if you don't catch it, then you probably have to make a dexterity saving throw to not get hit by it.
Okay. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna use a focus point to cast Holy Flame.
Mhm.
And then I'm going to charge it and hit it with my machete.
Okay, with a flaming machete.
If I can get it flaming, I don't think so. I don't have it flaming yet. So yeah, that'll be it.
Okay, so the holy flame. Sorry, I gotta remind myself exactly what that does.
Oh, I put it in the roll chat. It
Oh, okay.
says, I channel my divine energy into my attacks. I infuse them with holy fire, which is just radiant damage.
Mhm.
And for the next 10 rounds, my weapon attacks deal an additional d6 radiant.
Okay. And in this instance, that's actually going to set your if you're charging your machete with that, then it will actually set that ablaze. For these guys, that counts as fire damage.
Okay, radiant counts as fire damage. Okay.
Yep.
Cool.
I look at Elias and go, "Is that what you were trying to do?"
Don't be a dick.
Okay, so yeah, go ahead and make your attack.
Oh,
10. All right, that's a miss.
All right.
Now that flame stays
For 10
on
rounds.
for a minute. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, Richard.
I feel like we all seen played Baldur's Gate 3. We're all doing a dip move. Dip our weapons.
Exactly. Dip our weapons in. Alrighty. I am going to use the soaring crane technique to get over to this guy. It doubles my movement and keeps me from getting an opportunity attack.
Okay.
And then I will take my quarterstaff, my boomstick, and I will aim for the head on this.
Okay.
So that puts me at disadvantage, correct?
Correct. Yep. Hey, yep, that hits.
That hits, so... Great. 3. Woohoo! And then I will use my lightning strike bonus action and make an unarmed strike as a bonus action.
Okay.
Now here's my question. Can I do that as a harmonious strike as well? Because it says the harmonious strike is only an attack action.
Right.
And I'm doing this as a bonus action.
So no.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure. Didn't think so, but I thought I'd run it past everybody. So an unarmed strike, and that, hold on, would be at disadvantage, correct?
If you're going for the head.
Oh yeah, I'll be going for the head. And
that's a miss. All right, Asher.
All right. Well, I got a flaming crossbow, so I might as well use it. Can I shoot over there? Yeah, shoot around Smokey.
It's iffy.
Uh-oh.
Don't roll a critical failure.
I would never do that. Let me double check my moves here. See what I can do. I think maybe it's right next to me and that wall. Is there like a balcony or anything in that building that's right next to me?
Right here, you want to like get up onto a second level? Yeah, there's a balcony there. Sure.
All right, I'm gonna use my parkour,
Mhm.
bounce up there, and take a shot from there.
Okay.
I got the high ground.
There you go.
All right, so then I much less likely to hit somebody. All right, just normal, right?
Mm-hmm. Oh, look at that!
Wow.
Woo!
All right, and that's critical damage, right?
Mhm.
That 17 plus whatever fire might do.
Okay. All right. So you take the shot, and the wrap that you put around the arrow itself, you've got it flaming, and you shoot, and the arrow goes, and the wrap that was around it unravels and just goes and
Oh,
just
wow.
flies up into the air.
It looked cool.
Does nothing. It did look cool.
All right, at least I got critical damage, so that
That's
helps.
right. Yeah. All right. So you hit it in its throat.
Oh, I forgot. Do we get 2 attacks this round, or do I just get 1? I can't remember at level 5. Does
let's
this
see
class
here.
get 2 attacks?
It's advanced combat training. You take the attack action. You make 2 attacks as part of that action.
Okay. All right. Cool. So I'll shoot again if it's not dead.
I think it's an action to reload, though.
Oh, okay. Never mind. I'll reload.
I just forget that. So I can actually take 3 per round. If I want.
Yeah, I know I could take a bonus if I do an armed attack, but I'm not going to do that from here.
Okay. All right. So next up then is one of the Fungaziods, and it's the one over there by Richard.
Bring it on!
And it has to be an action to call. So I think right now, because it's under threat, it is actually going to make an attack. And it's going to make a swipe. Oop. I just told you what it can do, so there we go. Got 10, so I'm sure that probably does not hit, correct?
Oh, what is that going against?
Defense.
Defense. Where is that on this damn sheet? Oh, 14.
Okay. All right, so that's a miss. Simone comes to you.
I'm gonna step right up to this corner and use the line of the building as my sight and just pull the bow and arrow out and aim for the head.
Okay. So disadvantage.
Yep. Let's see. With the longbow.
19 hits. Boy, you're doing well with that disadvantage.
Mhm.
And roll damage.
Is this the 1d10 plus 3?
I think so. That's what's right next to that, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
With a normal.
Yep. 8.
That is the worst. These damage rolls. 8.
Better than my 3.
I wasn't gonna say anything. But...
Eliza.
All right. I'm just gonna. I can get to here. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
in time. Okay. Hopefully, I've is pulling out my dagger an action.
Free action there. Yeah,
Okay,
you're good.
Oh, good. I've got that. All right. And it's still attached to the wall, or has it freed itself?
This one has freed itself. Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna just try to get it in the head again. No.
Okay.
Do I want to do that? Yeah, sure. Why not? Might as well. Is that a disadvantage because I'm
Mm-hmm.
hitting the head? Okay.
Yep.
I guess I didn't do. Ooh.
It's an 8. Okay. All right. Yep. So you take a swipe at it and goes right next to its head, but you just missed.
Okay.
Then we go to that Fungazoid, so it's his turn. He is going to. You were the last one that attacked, so he's going to take a swipe at you, my dear.
I figured that. It's a.
You got a 17. What's your defense?
I think it's 14.
All right, so that hits. Take 2 points of damage.
And do I put that under?
Yeah, looking on your sheet, if you go to current hit points, you just take -2 to that, so you're down to 26.
From the current hit point. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to make sure I put it in the right spot.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right, back to Smokey.
All right, Smokey's going to maneuver around the Fungazoid to flank him, and then use my machete. And so, if I'm trying to get rid of the zombie, whatever fortitude, I would just roll normal, right?
Correct, because now you're flanking, right?
Got it.
Mm-hmm.
Hey!
No, hey!
Did I stab myself? Those machetes are sharp.
Your wrist falls into his mouth.
Let's see here. So what could be a critical failure on that? I would say that you lose hold of the machete.
Awesome.
Yeah, slips from your fingers. Do you have any bonus actions? Anything you want to take? Nope.
Pick the machete back up.
Yeah, I can pick the machete back up.
All right. Richard.
All righty. First of all, before I start, I just realized my unarmed attacks should be at a D6, not a D4. Because I've got martial arts.
Okay.
So this Fungazoid by me, has he completely detached from the wall?
Yes, he is completely detached. Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. Going to take the quarterstaff, and I am going to use advanced combat training this round to make 2 attacks. So my first attack is going to be towards his legs to try to knock him prone onto the ground.
Okay. And I changed yours to the D6.
Yep, I see that. Thank you. So I will roll normal on that. Does a 12 hit him?
It does not.
Okay. Gotcha. Well, then that changes what I'm going to do with my next one then. Since I just whacked him with the first one apparently and missed him, I am going to take the quarterstaff again and aim for the head this time.
Okay.
And same results.
Yep.
So now, since I'm just obviously just flailing over here and everybody's staring and laughing at me, I am going to take my bonus action for the lightning strike and do an unarmed attack.
Okay.
And you know what? We're going to try for the head again because I'm a glutton for punishment.
And a miss again. You're quick, though.
I am.
Gotta give you that.
It happened very quickly, didn't it? Maybe I should plan that out a little bit better.
Asher comes to you.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and shoot again. My
Okay.
reloaded round. Let's see here. Don't know if I hit with that. The 10.
Nope, that's a miss.
Darn it. I'm on a row. And I guess I'll reload.
Okay.
And sure. And I'll check in with my crow, see if there's anything going on.
Yep, everything seems to be clear with the crow.
All right, cool. That's it.
Okay. Fungazoid next to Richard, who's going to take another swipe at you.
Mm-hmm.
Got a 7. That's a miss for him. So it's just one whiff after another over at
Exactly.
that corner of the building.
We are practicing our stage combat.
Maybe the spores are getting to us. We're just like, whoa, man.
Everybody was kung fu fighting.
Hear that music? Yeah.
Yeah.
Simone, show the boys how it's done.
Well, we'll see. So that last attempt, I'd shot an arrow, thought it looked pretty good, but it didn't do much damage, and I'm wondering what happened with that arrow. Did it hit the target but just break the skin and it's hanging there?
Yeah,
Or-
you probably hit it in its left arm, so it's just kind of sticking out of the left arm.
Okay, I guess I'll just leave it there then.
Although you did do that at disadvantage, right? So you probably hit it in its neck. So I mean, you were close, but no cigar there.
Okay.
And interestingly enough, do you know the story behind Close But No Cigar?
No.
Let me enlighten you. This was
Oh,
something that they
sure.
used to say in the carnivals back in like the 1920s. And this was at a time when you could go to the carnival and you could actually play the carnival games and either win a cigar or a small bottle of gin. And the carnies would say, close, but no cigar, whenever you would miss. That's where it came from. So it stuck with us all this time.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Tidbit of information for you.
His knowing is half the battle.
The more you know. Boom, beep, boom, beep. All right, do you have any? So, you do want to make an attack, though, correct?
Yep.
Okay.
I'm gonna run right up to it and grab the arrow in its neck and just jam it up.
Jam it. All right.
Yeah. Jam it, Janet. Okay.
So I would roll it.
Yep.
Under. Just do an unarmed strike with that.
Oh, where would that be?
Underneath your longbow.
Okay.
Under inventory.
Okay. In longbow?
You
I
see
see.
longbow unarmed
I see
strikes
the
right below
unarmed
it.
strike.
There you go.
Okay.
So you're going to do the +6 there.
Gotcha. Thank you. Is it normal or disadvantage?
You're going for the head?
Yep.
Disadvantage. And you got an 18. God damn, girl.
Nice.
All right.
I have some of your rolling power.
On the damage, you're going to click on the roll damage for the unarmed strike. And then where it says extra terms.
Yeah. There's nothing there.
I'm going to give you, if you just put a 3 in there, it'll add a +3 on there for you.
Okay. Do I need the plus or just 3?
I think just the 3.
Okay.
There you go. So 8.
Aye.
All right. So you pull the arrow out, take a stab at it. You get it right in its temple, but the angle took it down just a little bit. And that little ball in its eye goes
Ew.
and just explodes. Little globules.
Oh, I got it in my mouth.
No, I've got a scarf.
Yeah.
Eliza comes to you then. Now, you are at advantage on an attack towards the Fungazoid because Smokey is flanking on the other side.
Okay. I guess. Is it okay? I guess I'm just gonna try to get it in the head. Like that, I guess. Sure.
So that's a normal roll. The disadvantage and advantage cancel each other out.
Yep, that brings you to normal. Oh, look at that. There you go. Critical hit. Had several of those tonight.
Yeah, but I mean, he was mostly gone anyway.
All right, roll your damage.
That later.
And then that'll be an advantage there as well for the damage.
And this thing has like magic, but I don't think I need it. It's like nothing is needed because.
Can you click on that so I can see what that is?
Yeah. I don't think it's necessary though in these situations.
Did you click on it so I can see it?
Oh. How do I do that? Like that? There he goes.
Yep, there you go. Yeah. Okay, so daggers. Target is hit with a dagger. They must make a DC 13 Constitution saving throw. The next spell or supernatural ability automatically fails. Okay, yeah. In this case, it probably does not. Right.
That was normal, right?
No, that was at advantage.
Damn it. You mean
Okay,
the
just hit the damage again under normal this time, and then we'll take the higher of the two.
Okay.
6. Okay.
Sorry about that. Did not mean to not pay attention.
Are criticals advantage damage or double damage?
Oh, yeah, it's double damage, isn't it?
So 12.
Okay, so yeah. Okay, so thank you.
Yeah,
Yep.
either way, 10 or 12.
Oh, well, you can take an 11 because you can either
Okay, so
roll
that
the
doesn't-
dice twice or double the initial first die roll.
Okay, so you missed with that first swipe. Smokey missed with his, and then you come back around, hit it right in its temple, and it drops. And that was the one that went next, so we go back to Smokey.
Ew. All right, he's going to dash.
Okay.
There.
Look at that man dash.
Yep.
And that's his full action then, correct?
Yeah, I use my action to dash.
All right, Richard. See if you can redeem yourself.
Yeah, let's see if I can redeem myself. I am going to harmonious strike him. So I get to make a single with advantage. 17
hits.
Woohoo!
8. All right. Okay.
And
And what was the move that you were making?
harmonious strike, just a melee attack that I infuse my chi into it, and then I get another d6 on that.
And are you doing that with the staff?
No,
Or
it's
unarmed strike.
It's unarmed strike.
Okay, all right. So you reach back and punch, and your fist goes right into its kisser and through the back of its skull, and you've got basically the body of this thing hanging off of your forearm.
I'll use my bonus action to
to remove it.
wiggle the fingers in the brain a little bit. Then anybody got a towel? Anyone?
You're on your own, buddy. You're on your own. Even if I did have a towel, I'm not giving it to you to wipe off fungus.
All right, so now you guys can continue your trek back towards the pool. You can kind of see, Striker, you can see the pool now from your vantage point, and it's probably about, let's see how far that is.
Yeah, on the way over, I'm grabbing my
Measuring.
tomahawk.
There you go. Yeah, somebody's
70
measuring for me. There you go.
75 feet.
Yeah, about 75 feet off. And then you can see a small shed right kind of where you were pointing right there. But then just beyond the tree line, back in this area right here, is a larger shed back here. This one that's closer really looks more like where they would kind of keep the pool
stuff.
supplies and stuff.
So you're talking about not the black and white thing. You're talking about the
Way back over here.
yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, over here.
Yep.
Behind the shed. Okay, behind the pool.
Mm-hmm.
Got it.
Okay.
And I'll just have each of you guys make a stealth roll to get over there. Just one will do.
I let us down. No, mine didn't roll. Okay.
Me too.
I let us down again.
I rolled an 8. I found
Yeah.
out what was kicking me out, by the way.
Oh, was it the rolls? Huh. I'll be damned. All right, so that's 3 failures. As you guys are approaching these two that are at the pool, you can see them now starting to kind of start to break free.
Grabbing the papa.
How far were we able to?
Oh yeah, he's back there.
get?
Come on, papa.
Chris, does it show that I have advantage on initiative? Because I should have advantage on initiative.
I don't know if it shows that or not, but when you pull it up, you can roll on advantage. It should
Okay,
pop up
gotcha.
the window.
It does. Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha.
Mhm.
All right. You rolled well, Chris. Asshole.
I sure did, didn't I? All right, Smokey, I'll roll for you so we can get you in there.
And what, initiative? Or
Yep.
I can roll the initiative. It's the skills. When I hover over that area,
Oh,
it
yeah.
kicks me out.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
But I'll take that 16.
Okay. Sounds good.
Still puts you at the end of the line. though.
Does it really?
Yes.
Jeez.
All right, Simone, it's up to you, kid.
All right. I'm gonna use the longbow
Mm-hmm.
and just aim at the nearest.
Okay.
By the pool.
Yeah, you got 24. That's great. Okay. Go ahead and roll damage. 9. 9 times.
The German gods of the dice say no.
Okay, Fungaziods. Here's where it could get hairy. The Fungazoid that you just hit screeches out in pain. And the other Fungazoid has now broken away from the wall and is now moving in your direction. And it comes to about right here. You know what? I think it's going to go ahead and take a dash. And comes to right here. But that's all it can do this round.
If I am the very last person on initiative, does that mean I have a bonus action that kind of works for the group? Is that something when I notice that, or when we hear that, is that something I can do, or is that against?
What's the bonus action?
I can make everyone's weapons have flame.
Oh.
Coordinated maneuvers. Can I?
Yeah, you can enact that as a bonus action, and I think bonus actions in 5e, is that any time, Sean, or
No,
is it
just
on
reactions.
the turn?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Sure.
Got it. All right.
So I'm just
I might have just accidentally
fight.
rolled that. No, I didn't. Okay. All right.
All right.
Yep. So you got to wait.
Okay. Sorry.
Okay, Asher.
Gonna hit that fungzoid or at creature with my crossbow.
Okay.
Do I need to adjust at all? Is that okay angle?
I think you're okay. Just again, don't roll a crit failure.
Mm-hmm.
Never.
Please.
That hits.
Nice. And there you go. 6 points. And reload.
All right.
Is this like a little fence I'm right by?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Can I use my bonus action just kind of parkour over that fence? Or how tall is that fence? Like, can I shoot over that fence? Or is it...
Yeah, you should be able to. It's probably like 8 feet.
Well, no. I mean, actually, can I parkour up on top of it and shoot from there?
What's it made of?
Hmm.
Or shoot through it?
I'm gonna say that's like a stone wall. Yeah,
Oh,
so
okay.
you can get up there.
Yeah, let's do that. Just so I got high ground. I can kind of get a view of the area a little bit while I'm firing. So, yeah.
Okay, Richard.
Alrighty. Use the soaring crane technique to... Yeah, he is within range. To get to the one in the pool. I'm not subject to opportunity attacks when I do that.
Okay.
I can move twice my normal range.
Okay.
And I'm not impeded by anything. So when I get there, I will strike him in the gut do a gut punch with a melee attack.
Okay.
With harmonious strike. So that adds 6. Oh no, it doesn't add 6, it adds a d6. If I put d6, will that roll an extra d6?
You can try it. But yeah, I think you got to do 1d6.
And I am at advantage on that.
Hey, yeah, it did. Look at that.
Yeah, hey,
That's
sweet.
good. Okay, so 12.
So 12 damage. And then I will use the lightning strike bonus action to hit him again.
Disadvantage or?
No, this is just at normal.
Okay. Okay. Now
Not
he's
aiming
going
towards the
to. Oh,
Yeah, was not aiming at the head.
you were not. Okay, all right.
Yeah.
So let's see here. So for him, with Undead Fortitude, DC equal to damage taken. So he needs to get a 7 or above.
That 7 was an attack.
Oh, that was the
Not for
attack.
damage.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I did.
Roll the damage then. Sorry.
Sorry.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
He's probably going to get this. Yeah. All right. He got it. All right. So he falls to 1 health point. Okay. So, Smokey.
And he's going to flank the Fungazioid and attack with his machete. Normal. Talk about being ineffectual all night.
All right. So swing and a miss. Do you have any others?
Nope.
Okay. Eliza.
Okay, I clicked on the wrong thing earlier, but my mod, what is it called? Mod. It's in that weird category at the bottom.
Oh, I thought I moved all
Field
that.
mods.
Oh, I'm
Field
sorry. I thought I moved those.
No, that's all right. I mean, I
Mhm.
opened it and I can look at it. I don't know if I can click on action or not, but field mods, it's anyone within 5 feet of me. I can alter their weapon so that it has, various things, elemental type things.
Mm-hmm.
Fire in this case, but I don't know how far I can get, how close I can get to anyone who may have like a weapon.
Let's see here. So
I'm close to Asher, but I don't even. Are they? They would have to be literally in the square next to me, correct?
right. Yeah, correct.
Okay.
So yeah, you just got to choose one of them.
Who goes first? Simone.
Yeah, Simone would be the next up.
Can I get to her in time?
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, you can. Just
Right.
barely. If you go to this square right there.
And that's not my action. It's or is that my action?
Nope.
'Cause otherwise
That's
it's
a
no good.
move. If you went any further than that, then it would be your action. But
There
that's
is-
yep.
Okay. All right, Simone.
What's your action?
I am giving your longbow. Right? Is that what you want to use?
Probably the chakram, because we're close quarters now.
Okay. Oh yeah, we are. Okay. I'm gonna give it the lit in fire.
It's lit.
Lit, baby.
And so
Okay.
you'll do an additional 1d4 fire damage with the chakram.
Let me click on it for you. See if it'll let me. Well, I can't. Is that something I roll for?
I do not believe so.
It says
It's
action,
just
but
an action.
Okay.
hmm
I only clicked it twice. I don't know if that screwed anything up, but there you go.
Oh, you clicked it twice. Let's see here if it did, because we need to look at your details. No, I think you're okay. Yep. Okay, so it goes back to Simone with some extra fire damage.
All right. So I'm gonna chakram.
And this is
Sorry.
at advantage because you're flanking with Smokey.
Okay. Take that.
18. All right. And then you're going to roll damage, and then when it pulls up the type, if you go to extra terms, you can type in 1d4 there, and then that'll do the extra fire damage.
Okay, now we find out what that is. In the take that.
12.
That is 12.
All right.
Fiery 12.
Okay, so you hit it, and then you basically kind of take the chakram right across the chest, and the front portion of this thing immediately bursts into fire and engulfs its head in flames as well. And so he will continue to take fire damage here as the rounds go by.
All right, thank you, Eliza.
And then we go to the Fungazoid next to Richard. And there's going to be a swipe going on here. Got a 13 to hit. Does that hit?
Nope, 14.
Okay, cool. All right, so that's a swing and a miss for him. Fungazoid number 2, since he just got hit, is blindly going to try to swipe at Simone. Ooh, got a 23.
Rit.
Rolls twice. Take a total of 4 damage.
Okay.
And Asher.
All right, I'll try to take advantage of this flaming monster and shoot it and see if I can take it down.
Hey, look at that.
Got a
There's another
critical.
crit. Good lord.
Nice. All right.
D20s are flowing.
18 total.
18. All right. Now, you were not going at disadvantage, correct?
No, I was going for the head or something. No, I got high ground and.
All right. So we're going to do 18 is what he's got to reach. All right. So no, it doesn't. So you end up hitting him in the head, and he drops to the ground. So we have the last Fungazoid standing.
I'll see, that was one. I'll reload and then move downward. So.
Okay. Richard comes to you.
All righty. Just going to do a quarterstaff attack on him to start off with.
Mm-hmm.
And I missed that one.
Okay.
That will use the advanced combat training to turn it into 2. That one hits.
That's a hit. 10.
10 damage.
And an 18. All right, so you hit him. He drops and begins to get up once again. He is prone.
Gotcha. But I will do a bonus action lightning strike on him then.
Okay, and this is at advantage.
And it is unarmed.
That's a hit.
It hits. And then
5. All right.
Come on, botch the roll. Botch the roll.
Yeah, 20. You
just die, you
Smokey.
Okay.
I just try to put my head over my shoulder. Can one of you guys come over and finish him off for me?
Yeah. Returning blade.
Mm-hmm.
And this that holy flame goes for all weapons that I use.
Okay.
It's not just a specific weapon.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I'll go at disadvantage.
Okay. And it's a 4.
Mm-hmm. I have not hit yet with my holy flame weapons at all.
God damn it.
And I rolled a 1, the only nat 1, I believe. Tonight has not been good.
All right, taking that bonus action to catch it, I take it.
Yep. Right in the face.
All right. There's a hole in the fungazoid, dear Eliza, dear Eliza.
Trying to see, can I get to him? I am not good at the measuring part of this. I'm trying. I tried.
You can get closer, but I think not right at him. So you'd have to make a distance attack if you don't dash.
And if I dash, that is an action, right?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And he's almost. I think I'm just gonna stand and watch. I don't think I'm gonna do anything. I mean, I don't know what I. There's not much I can do. I can't get close enough.
Let me look at something here real quick. See if I can help you out. Do you have... Well, I mean, you could take a shot with your crossbow.
Yeah.
But you got to move probably like right about in here to get a clear shot at it.
Here?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'll do that.
So you could do that.
Okay.
Now, are you going to do it at disadvantage? I would suggest it, in all honesty, because he's at 1 hit point.
Yeah. Oh. I just forget I have to.
And
Did I load
is
that before? Before we left,
yeah, I'm sure. So you are rolling at advantage, so you can roll it on normal.
So normal, not at disadvantage.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Right.
And it missed. But it was worth a shot, though.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, Simone, back to you.
I didn't come along with you.
All right. I'm getting into a sight line where I can take the chakram that's been infused with the fire
Mm-hmm.
from Eliza and hurl it at the fungazoid.
Okay.
So,
Only if you make the Xena noise.
I'm sorry, what did you say that was am I adding a 1D?
You're doing this at advantage because he is prone.
But it's on fire?
It is on fire,
It
yes.
is
Yeah,
still
so
on
you
fire.
would, but right
Oh,
now
that's
you're
damage.
that's damage, yeah. Mhm.
Gotcha, okay.
And that is a hit. So now roll damage.
And that's the extra terms of
Uh,
fire?
1d4, yeah.
Thanks.
I mean, truthfully, you don't even have to roll damage. Since you hit, I mean, it's going to do at least 1 point of damage. So basically, you toss it. It hits him square in the face, cleaves his head straight, and it just peels it open, and it just lights it on fire, and it's beginning to burn.
Nice. Who brought the marshmallows?
Okay,
If you got
so
chocolate and graham cracker, we can have s'mores.
right now your
Nah.
path is clear to get to the storage unit behind the pool. And I won't make you roll any more stealth because, like I said, it's clear from here to there. While you guys are unloading the salt from the storage unit, I'm going to have anybody that is outside. So let's figure out, is somebody keeping watch, and who all is moving the stuff out and getting it loaded up.
Smokey will keep watch. He's got a good perception.
Yeah, I got decent perception, but I'll load if you're watching.
I'll watch.
Anybody else watching? Just Smokey?
I'll be watching.
Okay. So Smokey and Simone, if you guys will roll a perception check for me, please.
22.
Okay. All right. So you both got it. You guys are kind of just scanning the area, just kind of keeping a lookout. Nothing really seems to be moving. But both of you all of a sudden are kind of drawn, and you might scroll out on your map here just a moment so you can kind of see, not the full map, but maybe over towards the main building. You see this smaller building down towards the south down here where I'm kind of pinging. Right in here. Not quite sure exactly what that little building is, but in the basement of that building, there's like a kind of like a little, what looks like a little crawl space window down there. You see a flash of light, and it seems to be in succession. And I'll have both of you guys make a survival roll for me, please.
18.
Okay, both got an 18. Both of you guys have been at this long enough to have learned at least a little bit of Morse code. That's an SOS.
Oh.
And it's a flashlight coming from the basement of that building. And since it is 10:21, we will leave that as our cliffhanger for next session. How's that sound?
All right.
Good.
Well, that's an easy call. I don't feel like being a hero. Let's go back.
Okie dokie. Well, good game tonight, guys. Hope you enjoyed that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
We
you.
did.
Okay, we'll see you next time.
See you in a couple weeks.
See him.
All right.